Alright, I'm going to go through and tell you exactly what we have here before we begin for supplies. I've got my mortar and pestle that I use to crush my doses. And I have my scale. I have a special bottle that has a timer cap on it that tells you when you last opened the bottle, which could be good for people who are not good at remembering when they last took their dose or prepared their medication. I have a couple alcohol swabs that I use to clean my scale. This is the scale that I use. It is a Gemini 20 portable milligram scale. It comes with a tweezers, and then I purchased a set of scoops that are really handy that I use to transfer from the mortar and pestle into the scale. So that is what we have, and I will tell you why I use what I use and how I do it and everything in this video here. And then I will end up putting links to these products so that you can use the same ones if you like, or you can use whatever products that you wish to purchase yourself. But to make things easier for people, I like to put the links on there. So what we're going to do is my sister's going to hold this for me, and I'm going to prepare my weekly doses, and you guys are going to basically watch me. So what I do, and the reason I do this, is I take 5 pills. That's 6 pills, so okay. And the reason I take 5 is because each pill has a slightly different weight. If you can see the numbers here.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, good. This one is 0.175. This one's 0.172. This one is 0.171. This one is 0.172. And this one is 0.169. So if you were to dry cut these particular pills and you were as accurate as you could possibly be, you would still have a difference in the amount of medication you're taking per day, because these pills do not weigh the same amounts. And that is why I was having a trouble stabilizing when I was preparing one dose at a time. So if you take 5 pills and prepare them this way, you'll have a much greater chance of stabilizing by mixing the powder together and then weighing it when you crush 5 pills at a time. If you were to crush, say, 10 pills at a time, it would be even more accurate, but this is what I've been doing so far. So what I do is I put the pills into the mortar and pestle, and as you can see, there's still a little bit of medication in there. But this is just to show you guys what I do. Can you see what I'm doing here? Okay. I'm just going to be real careful so I don't spill these, because I don't need to call my doctor crying. So I just take and I crush each pill individually, very carefully, because you do not want to spill and lose your medication. The hardest part is getting each pill crushed initially. Okay. I always leave a few chunks in there because it's easier to scoop out some chunks than it is to deal with all powder. But the more you mash these things up and stir them together, the more accurate your dosing is actually going to be due to the difference in the weight of each pill. So this is about what I do here. I crush them up real good. You can't really see it very well because it's a white mortar and pestle, but to give you an idea, let's go ahead and turn the scale on again. I have my dose prepared and I transfer it over with this drop scoop. So that is 0.056. And I'm currently weighing out at 0.080. So I got a little bit too much in there. You see how sensitive it is. It just kind of bounces around through the amounts. This is how much medication I take per day at this point. And by weighing it out each day, I've been able to stabilize and have less side effects than I would if I was to weigh out one dose per day. And I think that's the reason is because I'm using 5 pills this time instead of just crushing one pill and then weighing it out. If I wanted to, I could actually put the prepared dose into this pill bottle that has a timer on it, and it would tell me when I prepared the dose. It says it's 14 seconds ago, 15, 16. Okay. But I usually just leave it in my mortar and pestle and make sure that that is safe and not going to be knocked over by my cat. It took me about 4 months of weighing out my medication to realize that I was having issues due to the different weight of each pill. And I started to feel better when I started weighing them out immediately, but when I started weighing out 5 pills at a time, I was able to almost completely stabilize and feel almost 100%. And then every so often I just clean this really, really well to make sure that it doesn't have a residue on there, making a difference in the amount that you're weighing out. Because every small amount that's on there is going to be causing a difference in the amount that you're weighing. So this is basically what I do and why I do it. I'm hoping that if other people try this, they're able to stabilize further. But in order to do so, you might have to hold for a long period of time. I would say if you're dry cutting now with 1 pill each day, I would stay at the same weight when transferring over to the scale itself and crushing 5 pills at a time. I would probably hold at that dose for a good 4 weeks to 8 weeks before starting to taper down, and you might see a little bit of a difference in how well you're doing from day to day. and then you should be able to continue seeing a difference as you continue. So hopefully this helps some other people stabilize, and it explains my method, which isn't really that groundbreaking, but it's got a lot of trial and error that I've done on my part put into it. So let me know how it works for you, and hopefully you guys have an easy time figuring out how to do this yourself. Talk to you later. Bye.